Welcome back to Curious Minds, the podcast that untangles the science behind our daily lives. I'm your host, Ethan.
And I'm Aiko. It's great to be with you all.
Today, we're diving headfirst into a topic that has baffled poets, artists, and probably every single one of us at some point. What on earth happens in your brain when you fall in love?
It is a big question, that feeling. The butterflies in your stomach, the way you can't stop thinking about someone, checking your phone every 2 minutes to see if they texted.
Exactly. Or that little jolt you get when they walk into a room. You might think it's all magic and fate, but it turns out it's more like a very powerful, very specific chemical cocktail being mixed up right between your ears.
A brain cocktail. I like that. So, let's break down the recipe. What is the first and most potent ingredient?
Well, the first big hit is dopamine. Think of dopamine as the brain's motivation molecule. It's not just about pleasure, it's about anticipation and seeking. It's the chemical that says, go get that, whether that is a promotion, a slice of cake, or a person.
So it's the driving force. It's what makes you want to text them, to plan the next date.
Exactly. When you're falling for someone, your brain's reward pathways are flooded with it. It's why new love feels so exciting and makes you feel like you can conquer the world. This is paired with a surge of norepinephrine, which is related to adrenaline. I hope that I pronounced that correctly. That's what causes the racing heart, the sweaty palms, that feeling of being on a thrilling roller coaster.
Right, the physical symptoms. And this combination is also what narrows our focus, correct? It's why it feels like that person is the center of the universe.
Absolutely. It creates a state of intense focus. But here's a really interesting part. While all this is happening, your serotonin levels can actually drop. Serotonin helps regulate mood and obsessive thoughts.
So lower serotonin would mean?
It means you can't get them out of your head. The brain of someone newly in love looks remarkably similar to the brain of someone with obsessive-compulsive disorder. That constant replaying of conversations, analyzing every text, that's your low serotonin at work.
That is fascinating, and also makes a lot of sense. It explains the obsessive component of early infatuation. But that intensity has to change, doesn't it? We can't live in that state forever.
Thankfully, no, we'd never get any work done. As a relationship matures, the brain chemistry shifts from that frantic, obsessive state to one of calm attachment. And that's where you come in, Aiko, with the cuddle chemicals.
Yes, the cuddle chemicals. After the initial fireworks, the brain settles into a new phase dominated by the key hormone, oxytocin and vasopressin. Oxytocin is probably the more famous of the two.
Right, the love hormone.
It's a powerful bonding agent. It's released through warmth and gentle physical, touch, holding hands, hugging, intimacy. It doesn't create the manic high of dopamine, but rather a deep sense of calm, security, and contentment with your partner. It's the feeling of home.
So it's the glue. It's what makes you want to not just go on another exciting date that can lead to all sorts of things, but maybe just sit on the couch and watch a movie with them.
Precisely. And its partner, vasopressin, plays a similar role, particularly in long-term commitment and protective behaviors. While oxytocin might be seen as the cuddling hormone, vasopressin is more about guarding and maintaining a monogamous bond.
So these two are the foundation for turning a situationship into a deep, long-term love.
Exactly. A relationship that stays in that early, dopamine-fueled stage may be exciting, but it might lack the foundation to last. It's all thrill, no comfort. A lasting relationship needs the oxytocin and vasopressin to create a stable, secure attachment. It is the difference between infatuation and true partnership.
And this brings us back to the idea of love as an addiction. That initial phase really wires the brain to crave that person. That's a really clear distinction. So from an evolutionary standpoint, why did our brains develop this two-phase system? It seems incredibly complex.
It does. The dopamine pathways that are activated are the very same ones targeted by addictive drugs. Your brain learns to associate that one person with an intense reward.
Which is why a breakup is so brutal. It's not just emotional sadness, it's a literal withdrawal. Your brain is screaming for its dopamine fix, and it's not getting it. That's why people do things that seem irrational, like constantly checking an ex's social media.
They are searching for anything that might trigger even a small release of those chemicals, even if it is painful in the long run.
It's an incredible process. So to wrap this all up for everyone listening.
Let's do a summary. Falling in love is a biological roller coaster.
Right. It starts with a huge surge of dopamine and norepinephrine, creating that addictive, euphoric, can't stop thinking about them feeling.
And this is when serotonin levels can drop, leading to that obsessive quality of early love. It's why you analyze every single detail.
Then, for a relationship to last, the brain shifts gears. The frantic energy is replaced by the calm, secure bond created by the cuddle hormones, oxytocin and vasopressin.
These hormones build trust, contentment, and a lasting attachment, turning that initial spark into a steady flame.
And remember, the intensity of these brain chemicals is why love feels so amazing and why heartbreak feels so devastating. It's real, it's chemical, and it's a powerful part of being human.
A beautiful and complex brain cocktail indeed.
That brings up a fascinating question from an evolutionary standpoint. This whole complex two-phase system of frantic passion followed by deep attachment, it didn't just appear out of nowhere. It must have served a critical purpose for our ancestors.
You're absolutely right, Ethan. It's a brilliant evolutionary strategy. That initial high-energy dopamine phase is all about mate selection and reproduction. It's the biological drive that makes us focus intensely on one person, investing the enormous energy required to win them over.
That makes sense. It's the engine that gets the whole process started. But what about the second phase, the oxytocin and vasopressin that create long-term bonds? Where's the evolutionary advantage in that? Why not just have the frantic reproductive phase over and over?
That's the crucial part for our species' survival. Unlike many other animals, human children are incredibly vulnerable for a very long time. That oxytocin-driven bonding is what keeps parents together as a team to protect and raise their offspring through those tough early years. That deep, calm attachment provided a stable, safe environment for children to thrive. It's a powerful ancient mechanism for ensuring the next generation makes it.
So, to recap for everyone listening, falling in love starts with that intense, addictive, can't eat, can't sleep phase, which is powered by a huge surge of dopamine. It's exciting and all-consuming.
But for a relationship to last, the brain chemistry shifts. That frantic energy is replaced by a deep sense of calm, security, and connection, thanks to bonding hormones like oxytocin.
That's all the time we have today on Curious Minds. We hope this gives you a new appreciation for the incredible chemistry behind connection.
Thank you for joining us. Stay curious, everyone.